So I just watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and I had so much fun. I mean, this was just a blast. Sam Raimi, my king, back like he never left. Let's just go, man. So Doctor Strange has always been one of the more interesting characters in the MCU for me. He obviously has like some of the coolest powers, at least to me, but he also has that same like smug arrogance but good-heartedness that makes for a really compelling protagonist, you know? But I feel like we haven't seen Strange like at his best since like that really quick like minute and a half fight scene with Thanos in Infinity War, and that wasn't enough for me. I need more. But here, Lord have mercy, he is on some shit now. As a matter of fact, all reoccurring characters from Strange to Wanda to Wong have really leveled up. It's almost like they went straight from Charmander to Charizard. That's for you Pokemon lovers out there, I got you. And that makes me happy because, like I said, it's been a while since I really feel like I've seen Strange and even Wong really be put to task here. And especially with Wanda, after WandaVision, you definitely wonder where she goes from here. And this movie, it addresses all of that. Clocking in at 2 hours and 6 minutes, this movie wastes no time just throwing you right into it. You are thrown into the boxing ring right away. It starts off with an action sequence, like right from the get-go, and then it pretty much just keeps building from there. And with the action sequences, they are the best. I love them so much. On paper, Wanda and Doctor Strange have like the most potential for like some of the coolest fights just because of their powers alone. I love me some good hand-to-hand combat, you guys know this. You know what I also love? Fucking magic. Even the third act, which is like where the most Marvel criticism goes, and rightfully so, even this one, it's not exactly the same as every other MCU movie. I mean, it was actually pretty nice and like very true to their characters. A little refreshing, if I use that word. I mean, the action was just so innovative and it shot really well. I mean, I know on Twitter there's already been a lot of talk about the color grading here. It's a fact. That is true. It is better. I mean, I was just in my seat, just cheesing. I was just eating up this meal that Kevin Feige and Sam Raimi gave to me. Thank you so much. Benedict Cumberbatch is still great as Doctor Strange. I mean, that's really no surprise here. To me, the real standout was Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch. This whole thing is no spoilers, and I'm not going to go deeper than the trailers have gone, but she really brings it here, actually. You understand her motivations, and she elicits the response out of the audience that you want. I mean, it really feels like she has a good grasp on this character, which is honestly something that I couldn't have said back in like Civil War, and each time I've seen her on screen, it's gotten better. She's just really good. Honestly, she's really good. What can I say? One concern I had going into this was, is this an MCU movie that just so happens to be directed by Sam Raimi, or did the MCU actually let Sam Raimi cook? And to my surprise, they let him cook. I could tell 100% this was a Sam Raimi movie, bro. The action set pieces, the camera movements, the horror elements, the fucking eyeball shots. Yo, stop. He had a bad experience with Spider-Man 3, and it's almost like he was like, yo, bitch, I still got it. Now, speaking on those horror elements, it's kind of funny because I've been briefly on Twitter since I saw the movie and some of the reactions dropped, and I've seen a lot of people be like, I'm not bringing my kids to this movie because of the horror. Y'all being a little dramatic, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's obviously for you parents to decide. I don't have a kid, so I don't fucking know. People be out here tweeting like it's Hereditary. I mean, like, it's still a PG-13 movie. It's still Marvel. But, you know, I just wanted to say that. It's, like, not that bad. Sam Raimi does have a good grasp on horror elements, though, as we all know. Xochitl Gomez, and I think that's how you pronounce it because I looked it up, but if not, I'm so sorry. She plays America Chavez, and I really liked it, actually. So she's a really integral part of the story. She's basically like a MacGuffin. And for a completely new character being introduced to the MCU, I think the movie actually does a good job making us care, first of all. And she plays the role really well. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the character, but she plays the role really well. And this is going to be a weird compliment, but she's a really good yeller or screamer. That's important to me. Like, especially if the role asks for it, she got that shit on lock. Good for her. Now, the story does tend to get a little bit big, especially as they, you know, kind of travel through these multiverses with certain obstacles in their way. And there are times where it may feel a little rushed just on, you know, on certain plot points and what they have to do. And I've seen the word messy thrown around there. I was going to say that, but I feel like I say the word messy too much in reviews, but I'm definitely not going to disagree with people where they say it's messy. I didn't really know what to expect with this movie because there was a lot of parts that I was super interested in, and my expectations have probably slightly gone up, but really, it was like mostly everyone was like creaming their pants talking about which cameos are we going to get? Which cameos are we going to get? And in the back of my mind, while my expectations were going up because my excitement was going up, it was also kind of going down because I was like, man, is this going to be just a huge cameo fest? Like, I don't want that in this I want like a better story. There are certainly cameos in there and ones that are, you know, pretty exciting, but actually that's all they are. They're cameos. Like I feel like Sam Raimi and the whole team was really focused more on just Strange and the story itself. And that's a win, okay? That's a win. We know how us fans can get sometimes. We just want more and more and more. Good stuff, okay? That's why Feige is the head. That's why Sam Raimi is the director and not us on Twitter. Like I said, I genuinely walked away from this just having a great time. This was just a blast. Like this is just a fun and like well executed movie. I don't know what to say. I'm not an MCU shill, but this is a good movie in my opinion, of course. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That's a solid 4 stars right there. You know, from what I have seen on Twitter, and I don't know what the ratings are going to be on like Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic yet, because obviously I'm recording before, but it seems to be very divisive. That is shocking to me. I understood why Eternals was divisive, you know, a movie I thought was solid. I'm surprised that some people really don't like this movie. I mean, that is shocking to me. Direct another one, Sam Raimi, though. Direct another one. You got this in the bag.